Hello everybody and welcome to Valley View Living. My name is Megan. I have 6 children I'm raising out here on a small farm in New South Wales, Australia. This morning I'm starting the day with some vanilla muffins for the kids, some of the grain-free muffins I've shared on here regularly. We are using coconut sugar, a little bit of maple syrup, cassava flour and almond meal as the base for these muffins. Now I'm getting these in the oven pretty early. Early for us, it's probably about 9 by the time I've got these baking. And by that I mean we have farm chores to do in the morning. We've got multiple people to assist to get ready, so if I am getting some baking done at 9 a.m, that definitely feels early. But yeah, the reason why I'm getting around to this early this morning is because this is a big day this is the big day of the week for my 3-year-old and my 1-year-old when they go to the playgroup in the next town over. So the closest playgroup that we have, it's not too far away. It's about a 20-minute drive into town. And today their grandpa is going to take them to this playgroup where they just have some lovely older ladies get to love on them and read them stories and do Play-Doh with them. And they play with a bunch of other little kids. So they'll enjoy that this morning. And when you live a slow life and you're at home a lot and we're just doing work around the house and being productive at home and having that farm life, that is kind of a big deal to get into your town clothes and head into town and go and hang out with other people. It's not the same as when you live in the city and you're just sort of naturally interacting with so many people day in, day out. It's different out on the farm. You have to be thoughtful about socializing and make sure that you structure your schedule around that so you have time to go and spend with other people and invest into friendships. So all that to say is that I wanted to get these muffins into the oven before the little kids headed off to their playgroup this morning, because I really want to make sure that they have like a portable snack breakfast brunch thing that has some protein in it and will keep them full so they can actually have fun at playgroup and not just be, doing the little kid thing of having the meltdowns when you're a bit hungry and you're tired. So that's why I've gotten those in the oven early. Now, a few of my other kids asked for fried eggs on toast. Always happy to oblige with that one. It's so easy, isn't it? You just get the pan nice and hot, put in a bit of butter or a bit of oil or both. Grab some sourdough toast, plenty of butter as you can see, and just serve up the fried eggs for the kids there. This used to be my favorite breakfast before I became gluten sensitive, is what I'd say I am. I'm not quite gluten intolerant, so I don't eat a gluten-free diet, but I do find that I will develop symptoms and just not feel so great if I have a heavy gluten diet. So having a piece of bread is something that I don't do daily anymore.
I thought I'd take you through my grocery haul today. It's my midweek top-up shop. So it'll be in 2 parts. First is the Woolworths delivery that's just arrived. And then in a couple of hours time, I'll get my fruit, veggie, egg and bread top-up, which I'm going to lay out for you on my table today so you can see exactly what I get. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, first thing I'm going to take you through is my little midweek top-up shop from Woolies. Now, I got a couple of paper plates because we've had house guests for the last week, and it just helps my sanity a little bit. I really do run the dishwasher 2 to 3 times a day daily on tank water, so you have to take a little bit when I've got extra stain. We're going to replace all the family toothbrushes. The babies have gotten into a couple of people's toothbrushes randomly, so I cannot blame them for wanting a new toothbrush. They're about $4 a pack, I think. I don't know, they're not too bad. I ordered 5 packs of these organic chicken drumsticks because I like the price. They're $11.50 a kilo and they're very high quality. They are really, really delicious. But as you can see, I received 1 lonely pack, so I'll have to stretch that to make a meal for everybody, or I might be able to find something else in the freezer to add. That's about 800 grams. I got an extra coconut water because I'm getting a bit low. And then you can see here, the only other thing I've gotten is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pure milks. Now, I did also order 2 packs of organic frozen raspberries and 1 pack of organic frozen blueberries, but they did not arrive. However, this did arrive, and this is a different customer's order. So as it was getting unpacked, I ran out and spoke to the delivery driver and said, hey, this stuff is not mine. Maybe you need to take it back to the store. And he advised me that no, it was put into your tote, which means if I take it back, they won't receive it. So I guess that other customer has my frozen berries, and I have this customer's few bags of groceries, but the local store will not receive it. They will not take it back once it's been delivered to a customer's home. So we will now have to take this food. We'll take this food and be grateful for it. No, it's a mistake, but I think Woolies at the moment can afford mistakes. Cough, cough. I think Australians know what I'm talking about there. But I'm sure the other customer, I feel bad for her that she has not received this today. I'm bad for myself that I haven't got my berries. But it's very easy to jump online and just get a quick, instant refund. And yeah, I hope that the other customer was not relying too much on this, because it kind of looks like she was going to do some baking. They have ordered some creamy custard, 1, 2, 3 thickened creams, another litre of that lovely milk, a camembert, wedge of camembert cheese, some hot Hungarian salami, some more cheese here, some broccoli, cauliflower, 2 bags of spinach and 2 bags of frozen peas. So as I say, yeah, well, I guess it's a Woolies mistake, but I do feel bad having this lovely lady's lunch here probably in my house and her baking goods, but I can't do much about that. So that's our bonus groceries today. I have to say this has never happened before, and I've been ordering Woolies and Coles deliveries for years, so it's not a common thing to happen. So my sad little haul here, really, it looks a bit small, doesn't it? It's missing 4 more packs of the organic drumsticks, and it's missing those organic berries. So this total for this amount midweek was about $80, I think, and I have no idea what the other customers' stuff was worth. But we will find a home for all of this, all good. And I'll be back very soon when I show you our fruit, veg, eggs and bread. Hi everyone, just received my fruit, veg box, eggs and bread delivery. So I'm going to take you through exactly what we got. Okay, so I'm going to start down here. We have got a lovely bunch of spring onion, a bunch of, I think it's bok choy or kailan, Asian vegetables, 2 heads of broccoli, 3 zucchinis, a cucumber, and 2 beautiful looking sweet potatoes. I love sweet potato, it looks so good, like you can just see the intense, is it beta carotene in these? Same as carrots? I don't know, but makes it very good for you and very delicious. We've got some brown mushrooms in here, a gorgeous bag of salad leaves, which will be very easy to eat, half of a cauliflower, and we have 10 kiwi fruits. A little bag here of snow peas, 2 avocados, hard as a rock right now, so I'll pop them aside with a banana company, beetroot. This is all the bananas that we got. So we've bought a large mixed fruit and veg box and then purchased an additional just fruit box, and that seems to be doing well for our family. We do not have much or anything left over by the time we get our next delivery. So a couple of kilos of bananas there. We have, I just didn't want to put this on the table, some lovely fresh potatoes, brown onion, red onion, knob of ginger, and some garlic, cloves for eating or planting. I've got a few kilos of apples in here. They're looking pretty good. Apples are in season, it's autumn, so they're lovely and fresh, delicious. Pears, 2 of these gorgeous little watermelons. I'm so jealous of the farmer growing those. Can you hear that? That's how you know that melon is so ripe and it's going to be delicious. I wish I could grow these. Can you imagine a field of those over your backyard, just like 50 little melons. Okay, I'm going on too much. Here is the oranges. I think we've got about 2 kilos there. They are really nice right now. And 1, 2, 3 dozen eggs, which might or might not last until next Wednesday. I really need to up this. I probably need 4 or 5 dozen, to be honest, but I just don't want to face that reality of buying even more eggs. They're not cheap, but these are wonderful. The stocking density of these eggs is 165 hens per hectare. Anyway, I've met these farmers. They're wonderful people, and I really love that I can buy these straight from them. We got 4 loaves of organic sourdough bread from a bakery that this lovely woman connects with and organises. So that will keep us going for about a week, and yeah, I should be baking my own sourdough, I know. You know, I see other mums doing this and they make it look so easy, but it's completely in my dreams and goals at the moment. So I'll get around to that one day, but it's not going to be today. Probably not for quite a while. So I'm glad I can buy that, and we will probably have like just a nice fresh sandwich for lunch, and I'll get to putting all of this away. Now the cost for all this delivered to our home is $230.
Yeah, you can't catch them.
This is a really simple but surprisingly filling and nourishing snack for the kids. It's just called vanilla milkshake, and when I was first inspired to make this was way back in the day when one of the kids' family members loved the vanilla milkshakes from McDonald's, and we just weren't eating that regularly as a family, or we weren't eating it at all as we had kids. So I really wanted to recreate that for them at home, so that if they're around other people who were drinking sort of fast food milkshakes and stuff like that, they didn't feel left out and they didn't feel like they were missing out. And it really has helped to do that. You know, you don't have to miss out if you're choosing nourishing foods for whatever reason. It's quite simple a lot of the time to swap to a nutrient-dense version, and it works well. That vanilla milkshake is simply the best quality milk you can find, with a few drops, and you do start with a small amount of good quality vanilla essence and honey. That's it. I blitz that up with some ice cubes, and honestly, it is so creamy, delicious. I don't usually drink milk, but I'll even drink this. It is so good. So I can't wait until I'm finally milking and we can be using our very own milk for those. That will be wonderful. But it might be a while away, so I don't know. Hopes and dreams. There's lots of hopes and dreams in this episode of Valley View Living. So back to the present. What I'm doing now is working on dinner. Dinner on this night, well, I used those chicken drumsticks that I got earlier in the shopping, and I also pulled out the last pack I have of chicken wings from my big fortnightly grocery haul. And I set them on the bench all day and just defrosted them so they were ready a few hours later for dinner. There I have whisked up a very simple honey soy marinade or sauce. So it is simply tamari, ginger, garlic, honey, and that's probably everything I put into that. And yeah, it's yummy. Oh, I actually do put butter in it as well. I find that butter gives the sauce a real glossiness, just that lovely fatty feel that sort of clings onto the meat and makes it just feel more luxurious to eat. That really does make it tasty. So I heat that up so that the honey melts into the marinade and really mixes through the sauce evenly. And once that's heated, I just pour it over the raw chicken and pop it in the oven for a good 45 minutes probably. Those are big drumsticks, so I probably gave that more like an hour. And I do turn halfway through so that the other half comes out of the marinade and really caramelizes in the oven. Now I'm just cutting up some broccoli and some cauliflower that came in today's Veggie Box, and we're going to boil that and have it on the side. I love cauliflower. How about you? I find it's really divisive. My husband hates it. A couple of my kids love it. Well, probably 50% of my kids love it. 50% of them don't. So they must have gotten the genetics from their parents, right? Half hate, half love. So I'm actually showing you here that we are having our white rice with dinner. We're just going to boost up that nutrient intake a bit by cooking the white rice in 100% chicken broth instead of water. So another way to break the grain down a little more and help you to absorb it is just to saute the raw rice. Once you've rinsed it, just saute that raw rice in some butter on a gentle heat for just a few minutes, up to 10 minutes, before you pour on the liquid. Now you don't want it to stick or burn or caramelize on the bottom of a hot pot. That's not the plan. We're just going to gently saute it in the butter. And that starts to break that grain down a little and just help you to absorb it better later. Now, do you remember when we made that chicken broth last night? So this is the chicken broth that I had simmering on the stove. I don't let it go all night. I get it going after dinner and then let it go for maybe 3-4 hours before I'm putting my kitchen to bed later in the night, maybe 10 p.m. Then I'll turn off the broth. It sits out on the stove all night, and that's never been a problem for me. The next day I will then decant it into jars and store in the fridge. That's what I'm doing here. It's just liquid gold, isn't it? Oh, I love the stuff. Honestly, I could just heat that up and drink a cup of it. If it doesn't taste good, that simply means there's not enough sea salt. So add your sea salt until it tastes good, and that's it. That's all you need for amazing broth. Anyway, the reason why I love to do that is because if you're like me and you have a few picky kids, there might be someone who just wants rice for dinner. Now that's fine. You know, now and then my kids will just have white rice, maybe a pat of butter on top, and I'm not sweating it. I'm not, staying up overnight worrying about that. But if I've managed to cook it in chicken broth because I've had chicken broth, then I feel like, hey, that's basically a complete meal. You're having some grains, you're having some chicken broth. I know you're eating fresh fruit all the time. That's good. You're fine. There's so much protein in chicken broth. Now do me a favor here. If you are sharp-eyed and you can see the chocolate smeared all over the front of my shirt here, just give me that kindness that mothers of little babies deserve. Because my little baby did just come along. I didn't even see the melted dark chocolate that she'd gotten from somewhere all over her hands until she had smeared her mummy with it all down the front. And I did notice it before I was filming, but I thought, you know what, this is real life. And I'm sure that my YouTube family here is not going to mind. Now I'm just serving up, this is actually my serve here, so I've got some of the chicken broth rice. I'm going to have a honey soy drumstick on there, and some sauerkraut, and just some of the veggies as well. A lot of my family did enjoy just spooning some of that excess marinade that's now cooked into a sauce right over the top of their meal. So thanks very much for spending time with me today, keeping me company while I go about my homemaking here, cooking for my family. If you've enjoyed this content, please feel free to like or comment or subscribe. I do read all your comments. I really appreciate it, and I love talking to people from all around Australia and the world. My kids love reading your comments, and we love to check those together in the mornings. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.